The title of the poem is Half-Hanged Mary. Rumor was loose in the air, hunting for some neck to land on. I was milking the cow, the barn door open to the sunset. I didn't feel the aimed word hit and go in like a soft bullet. I didn't feel the smashed flesh close over it like water over a thrown stone. I was hanged for living alone, for having sunburned skin, blue eyes, tattered skirts, a few buttons, a weedy farm in my own name, and a surefire cure for warts. And oh yes, breasts, and a sweet pear hidden inside my body. When there's talk of demons, this comes in handy. 8 p.m. The rope was an improvisation. In time, they'd have thought of axes. Up I went like a windfall in reverse, a blackened apple stuck back onto the tree, rag in my mouth, hands trussed. A flag raised to salute the moon, old bone-faced goddess, old original, who once took blood in return for food. The men of the town stalked homeward, excited with their show of hate, their evil turned inside out like a glove, and me wearing it. 10 p.m. The bonnets came, and the dark skirts also, the upturned faces in between, mouths closed so tight they were lipless. I could see down their nostrils. I could see their fear. I cured your baby, missus, and you were my friend too, and I flushed yours out of you, non-wife, to save your life. Help me down. No, you don't dare. I might rub off on you like soot or gossip. As a rule, birds of a feather burn together, but as a rule, ravens are singular. I know you can't spare anything. A word, a shawl, a piece of food. Lord knows you need it all. 10 p.m. Well, God, now that I'm up here with maybe some time to kill, away from the leg work, the finger work, work at the hen level, we can continue our quarrel, the one about free will. Is it my choice that I'm dangling up here like some turkey waddle from this more than indifferent tree? If nature is your alphabet, what letter is this rope? Does my twisting body spell out grace? I hurt, therefore I am. 3 dead angels, faith, hope, and charity, like meteors or burning owls, streak across the profound blank sky of your face. 12 p.m. The rope is pressing against my throat, choking off words in air. I'm reduced to knotted muscle. Blood bulges inside my skull. My clenched teeth hold it in. I bite down on despair. Death sits on my shoulder like a crow, waiting to my squeezed beat of a heart to burst so he can eat my eyes. Or like a judge muttering about sluts and punishment and licking his lips. Or like a dark angel insidious in his glossy feathers, whispering in my ear, breathe out finally. Trust me, he says, caressing me. Why suffer? The temptation to sink down into these definitions of myself, to become a martyr in reverse, or food, or trash, to give up knowing, to give up my refusals, to let go. 2 a.m. There's a thin gnawing sound coming in some distance from me, which you could confuse for praying. But praying is not so constrained. Or is it, Lord? Perhaps praying is more like being strangled than I once thought. A gasp for air, prayer. Did the men at the Holy Pentecost ask to be thrown on the ground with flame shooting on their head? Gabbling about like holy poultry? Eyes bulging like mine are, No, there's only one prayer, and it's not the clean nightgown and the knees on the hooked rug. I want this, I want that, but much more. Call it please, call it not yet. As the Heaven threatens to explode inward in shredded flesh, and the angels caw. 4 a.m. The wind seethes in the trees about me. The leaves exude night birds yell in my ear like stabbed hearts. My stuttering heart flutters in my cloth body. I dangle strength going out of me. I hold in my hand I hold no talisman. That's the problem. Hold no talisman, no silver disc. At the end of my rope, I testify to silence. 6 a.m. The sun rises huge and blaring, no longer a simile for God. I've been out there. I've lived a millennium, let me tell you. I like to think my hair turned white overnight, but it didn't. Instead, my heart bleached out like meat in water. And also, I'm about 3 inches taller. That's what happens when you twist about with a red-hot gospel of the stars. The pinpoints of infinity riddle my brain, revelations of deafness. At the end of my rope, I testify to silence. Most would have only one death. I will have 2. 8 a.m. When they came to harvest my corpse, close your eyes and open your mouth. They cut my body from the rope. Surprise, surprise, I was still alive. Tough luck, folks, I know the law. You can't execute me twice for the same thing. How nice. I fell to the clover and breathed it in. And I bared my teeth at them in a filthy grin. You can imagine how well that went over. Now I need only stare at them with my sky blue eyes, and they see their own evil gazing in their forehead and turned tail. Before, I was not a witch. Now I am. Later, my body of skin waxes and wanes around my true body, a tender nimbus. I skitter like crazy over fields and meadows, mumbling like crazy, mouthful of juicy adjectives and purple berries. The townsfolk dive headlong into the bushes to get out of my way. My first death orbits my head, an ambiguous nimbus, a medallion of my ordeal. But you, and blasphemies gleam in my wake like lovely bubbles. I speak in tongues. My audience is God. My audience are the owls, because who the hell else could understand me? Who else has been dead twice? Words boil out of me, coil after coil of sinuous possibility. The cosmos unravels from my mouth, all fullness, all vacancy.